What's up, kidums? How's it good? Arthur? Okay, I got the song Ruthless going on here by Lil TJ. How's Lil TJ, by the way? Three swords in the upright. Guys, feel free to reach out for a one-on-one read. Spread of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Spread of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. The song Ruthless featuring Jay Critch by Lil TJ is on. So you may be feeling like someone is being ruthless. Excuse me. That's good. He's in stable condition, little TJ. Spread of gratitude, joy, love, and light. Highest possible messages at this time. Hope you guys are doing good. Feel free to like, share, follow, reach out for a one-on-one read. And I'm just laughing at myself. I look like motherfucking Harry and the Hendersons. Hope you guys are doing good. Spread of gratitude. Highest possible messages at this time. Okay, Two of Cups. Someone's being immature, stubborn, about making an offer or reaching out. I do see you coming out of heartbreak, though. Decision is being made here in regards to betrayal. Okay, there's a victory over this betrayal. There's a victory because you're still being vulnerable. You're not like being embittered. Yeah, you may be putting down this betrayal finally. Carve it out your own path. do see sudden change coming. I feel as though you're sending ripple effects. I feel as though you're sending ripple effects by choosing to come out of this dead soulmate connection, this dead twin flame soulmate connection. Quantumly. Someone gave birth to their own financial stability. And because of that, someone's like rushed into you. It's pretty cool. I feel like somebody wanted to kind of play out and see what would happen. Keep on seeing this sudden change, sudden upheaval, this sudden change here in regards to this betrayal. Keep in mind this could be applied to the kind of creative collective unconscious, if that makes sense. All these storylines are like going on at once with like the divine masculine, the divine feminine. I think that some of the more like communistic pack mentality, lower rank feminine energies which pervade most of society, they're being manipulated by fear because they've only been taught to lead with withholding and emotional manipulation. So they are very kind of strong influentially in regards to like the bloodline of how society's running. So it's like, you're herding the sheep all in one direction. And so that's why it's causing a lot of upheaval to the terra forma, if that makes sense, to the landscape of whether or not people come into union or not. It happens to be that the masculine energy, the black sheep energy, is more masculine because it goes against the pack. It goes away from the campfire almost by its birthright. But still, unconsciously, female black sheep are still unconsciously playing the game of manipulation through like TikTok, and that's all still falling within the realm of lowering the vibration of the collective creative unconscious, the embodied divine male energy. I got the song Living in Oblivion by Anything Box playing. Feel free to comment and interact, like, share, follow. You guys are doing good wherever you're at. I'm in LA right now. It's about 2 in the morning. Just figured I'd do some tarot. Someone could be traveling to you as a part of their deep healing. Someone could be coming to you as a part of their deep healing. Or considering it. I'm so afraid of living in a million. Someone is coming out of a household or an institution to offer a new opportunity. Someone has a strategy, maybe to leverage a new opportunity to help come out of a household. Quick forward moving progress here, the Chariot card. Someone is ending a cycle of poverty here. That's what I'm saying. Someone is like watching the accumulation of their own wealth as a result of their efforts, which is pretty cool. We got The Night We Met by Lord Huron. It's a heavy ass song. Spirit, anything in regards to that? I do feel like there's some conflict of action, but it'll pay off and it'll lead to some sort of union. Someone might be distracting themselves with dating or drinking or partying, while another person is, yeah, I can see at the union at the bottom of the deck, not really kind of doing the work, so to speak. Maybe still creating conflict wherever they get involved with. Pity partying themselves. Wow, you can be actually kind of using this lack of reach out as a good thing, because I'm seeing here that this all leads to the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, which is financial freedom and independence. I'm getting that, like, even though like these images might be like very powerful for you, or there might be like a lot of like sadness or love loss, I'm getting that you have to let those feelings wash over you. You have to not get hooked by those feelings. All right, even the idea that it's hard. Okay, don't get hooked by that idea either. And I promise you, you will be in a much more satisfactory position. But your tendency is to, how would you say, act upon your emotion, But that only works when you're dealing with like emotionally whole people. When you're dealing with emotionally damaged or broken people, that doesn't work. And so, in order to offset that, you have to go against your nature, which is forcing you to grow in ways that you didn't even know possible. And so, while you're going through that growth process, you have to let that separation work its magic, you know? Because what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You know? What is this person that you're in separation from feeling right now? What is this person that you're in separation from feeling right now? Okay, they're feeling like they're suspended, like the hangman. Okay, and they're just reminiscing, playing all the images out, similar to how you are, I would think. They're in no contact right now. I think they're waiting for you to reach out, but that would only lead you into the same cycle. And that would only kind of perpetuate things. So right now is like, it just feels like tough medicine right now. You know, like tough love. Is this person gonna act upon? Is this person gonna reach out? Based on all the reflections? Okay, somebody could be given away power by reflecting too much. Should you bury the past? Should you bury the past? To me, that's a yes. Because there's a new offer coming. The Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Is this new offer coming from the past? Is this offer coming from the past? I feel like it is because it's off the back of the Six of Cups in that right? I feel as though that these souls might be reflecting each other. Someone wants to enact justice. They're going about it in a very slow way because they're transforming. They're all like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're going through some labor. They're just like their compass is spinning. They don't know, and so because of it, they're forcing themselves, no contact, going at it emotionally solo. But I feel as though they will want to come back. But it's almost as if they have to like humble themselves to do so. And this will free them from worry. I think of like losing you forever. They feel as though that they want to restart and they want to offer, take action in a strategic way to come out of conflict. And they're worrying that you moved on to new. Wow. Look at that. They look at you as someone who's like so aligned and so like on point that you've already manifested another twin flame soulmate. Well, I mean, they could, or they could be trying to restart and invest in a wedding with you. But I feel as though they're coming. Yeah, look at, they're rushing to you. Look at flanked by marriage, flanked with thoughts of union. They don't want to let you get away. But they're worried that you're holding on to the past, to them having left you, to them having abandoned you. 2:22 on the clock. They're scared that you're holding on. But they're imbalanced. It's almost as if like you see this person, they're in like their own kind of like, they're like in their own conflict. And like your every emotion is to want to like come to them, but they need to work it out within themselves. They need to work out whether it's their belief system or because it just feels like wherever this person goes, there's always a battle or a conflict or something. You know. And they want to play like both ends. But you see it. You see that this is what's keeping them from being victorious is that they're always like trying to manipulate, stir the hornet's nest, and then bail. And you could see it from this like elevated perspective. And part of their manipulation is this kind of emotional component where they're trying to like bank on you, you know. But you gotta let that wash over you, and you gotta allow the space in the room for this person to come to you, or else you're just making it about you again. And you don't want to do that. And so I do feel as though this person is going to act towards you in some way, shape, or form. It's almost as if like this is what would free them of, you know, whatever karma or curse or whatever they're going through right now. But it is this kind of like this standoff. But it's almost as if this person is challenging the divine. They're saying like, oh, if this is really meant to be, or if this is really, then I'm not going to act. I'm going to take my sweet time or whatever. But it's like, no, you see that, and you see that this is a part of like loving yourself. Is not like submitting your will to this person. Because before, well, first off, you may come from this kind of line of like submitting your will where you overgive and give everything. But what happens is that, like, so that's like an inherited or learned behavior. It's like this self-sacrificing behavior. And that comes from some like deeper seated like stuff, right? And so that's your tendency. Is to want to be like serving or what have you, but this person isn't worthy of it. And so it is your kind of like spiritual battle to see that in this lifetime. It's your spiritual battle to see that, in your lifetime. Against the Wind by Bob Seger playing. It's very like free energy, like free from the heaviness of it all. Yeah, it's this idea that it's like, I do think that what we're dealing with is like the empath and the narcissist. And it could be that like, if you're so used to kind of like, what's the word? Like unconditionally giving, then whoever's going to kind of receive that is going to try to position themselves to get what they want from you. But as soon as that interferes with your free will, and your free will is typically based on your moral and your ethic and your standard. And so if you stick to that, then you can't go wrong. And yeah, sometimes you have to like fucking be Braveheart, you know? And it's gonna stretch you. It has already, but you but you've already done it. You've already done it. So it's like, well, fuck, man. I'm on the better half of 18 holes, and it's like you can't do anything else to me. And so if you kind of have that kind of perspective, then you're like, shit, man. Like I took your best shot. And even more so, I feel as though, whether you know it or not, I feel as though whether it's blocking them or not texting them or like you were only really kind of invested because you're invested in the emotional depth that you invested in, as opposed to the emotional depth that they invested in. And so it's kind of tricky because you may have come across like this like empty narcissist that could never like feel or make a connection in the way that you did, or was never willing to admit it. And so they were only, I mean, in some case, not that you're justifying on their behalf, but they were only kind of able to play at their level of like fear and ignorance. And so maybe even that fear and ignorance itself prevented them from making that kind of unconditional bond that you made, you know? In some way, shape, or form, even if it's not even the actual person, and it's more so the energy, right? The divine masculine, divine feminine dance that we're dealing. Someone's coming out of a decision and wants to reach out and make contact and wants to put down their walls and their burden. Because they have been moving in this like poverty consciousness. And I think that the more that time goes on, the more that they're learning and they're seeing the lessons and they're seeing the patterns of said poverty consciousness. It could be that, and again, I just keep on feeling as though that like wherever they go, they're like tipping shit over and knocking shit off. Like even where they were, they caused some sort of hubbub or commotion in some way, shape, or form. And I think like other people are picking up on that. But now it's because their healing rests in you. Yes, it rests in themselves. Like our healing always rests in themselves, but I don't get that they will allow themselves to heal unless it's expressed through a happy, successful relationship. You know, like, yes, we're whole, as we are. Spirit, any more messages? Any more messages? I mean, obviously, we're doing this reading from the level of like separation. Like if you're in separation with someone. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light, highest possible messages at this time. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's caution against remember, getting a new job, getting more resources, and then wanting to present this to the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? So, because then you would be enough, or then you would be the, but it's like, no, don't. Like, what the narcissist is doing is exposing like a hole in you. But you didn't move away from, oftentimes, I feel as though, all of this starts with, a narcissistic parent or just, entity in your life. And you don't move away from them so that you can eventually be enough. You already are enough, So if that's expressed through a relationship dynamic, the tendency would want to be bring the dead bird to them, meaning oh, look what I'm doing, aren't I so good, da 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 da. But it's no, that's a false power dynamic, because that person should have been there for you, but they weren't. And you want to give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, oh no, they weren't capable, but they're still worthy of my unconditional love. And yet you give them all the unconditional love, but they don't give you the unconditional love. They just give you the conditioned love of, if you jump when and where they want, then they will keep you around. They don't have the capability of giving you unconditional love because they don't have, they didn't have that in their life. And so now you're stuck looking in that mirror, trying to prove them and show them and whatever, but it's never going to be enough because they haven't seen that in themselves. Right? Because they're always using false reasoning and false rationalization. You know what I'm saying? And so I would just kind of warn you, like, when you get that new job, or don't bring it to that narcissist and be like, yeah, look at me now, I did good, right? Like, you love me now, you want to come back now, like, because that's not right. You have to even stick to that morality. You have to stick to even that ethic. You have to stick to even that. And I mean, even if that means, not being in union the rest of life. But I don't think those things are mutually exclusive. Like, I feel as though that you can find someone that will be on your level spiritually enough to kind of see who you are and where you're at and love you anyways unconditionally, and vice versa. Because why not? We live in the field of quantum potential and reality. So you know that because we're speaking that out loud, that is real. That's a timeline that I'm in right now, is that. And so because of that, I'm emboldened to keep on continuing down this path. And that's that. And in a weird way, not that I need to or not that I have to, but that's probably what the narcissist is doing too. But that's not your concern anymore because you're traveling down your highest timeline. And I feel that maybe they are, doing the same thing where they kind of just continue to maybe jump, relationship into relationship. Whereas you are actually doing the work. And oftentimes we think that the reward is like far off, but the reward is here as well. Because chances are, if you're no longer having to deal with the narcissist's bullshit games, then you have your own freedom and you have your own straightforwardness, and you're not feeding into them. And you're not feeding into their gaslighting, into their bullshit. I think you also just got to remember, like, who do you want to be and how do you want to be, and part of it is like positioning yourself away from like drama and negativity, you know. Also realizing like how much of a badass that you are for being able to endure the heartbreak that you have. You're an anomaly. You're almost an anomaly, basically. I mean, you are an anomaly. All right, guys. Love you. Peace.